Doncic and LeBron James are now teammates, two of the most gifted players the game has ever seen, joining forces in Los Angeles. But what if this wasn't their first time playing together? What if instead of teaming up at the end of LeBron's career, they spent their entire careers side by side? For the next 2 decades, they'll share the same court, chase the same championships, and push each other to their absolute limits. 2 generational talents, 1 team, and 1 legacy to fight for. Will they dominate the league together, or will their battle for the top spot create one of the greatest internal rivalries the NBA has ever seen? This is what happens when LeBron James and Luka Doncic enter the NBA together. The year is 2003. The NBA is dominated by legends. The Lakers dynasty is still fresh off a three-peat, and now a new era begins. The Miami Heat held the #1 overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, selecting an 18-year-old LeBron James, the most hyped prospect basketball has ever seen. But their night wasn't over. In a stunning move, they made a trade to bring in another young prodigy, Luka Doncic. Instead of arriving in the NBA 15 years apart, these 2 generational talents are entering the league together, on the same team at the same time. But they won't be the only rookies making waves. In this universe, the Cleveland Cavaliers selected Carmelo Anthony instead of LeBron. The Detroit Pistons paired their dominant defense with a young Dwayne Wade, and the Denver Nuggets landed a franchise-changing big man in Chris Bosh. The league is about to look very different. Can LeBron and Luka instantly turn the Heat into a powerhouse, or will they have to go through the NBA's biggest stars before claiming their throne? And most importantly, which one of them will take control of the franchise as the true face of the team? Year 1 of the LeBron and Luka era is in the books, and they wasted no time making an impact. LeBron James dominated from day 1, winning the Rookie of the Year and earning an All-NBA second-team honors with an incredible stat line of 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. Luka wasn't far behind, making the All-Rookie first team as he had averages of 17.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, proving this duo is built for the future. And as a team, the Miami Heat shocked everyone, finishing as the 2nd seed in the East with a record of 49-33. But now comes the real test, the playoffs. Can 2 rookies lead a team to a deep run, or will their lack of experience show when it matters most? Let's find out. The Heat entered the playoffs as the 2nd seed, but the postseason is a different beast, and their inexperience showed. Facing off against Jay Kidd and the New Jersey Nets, LeBron and Luka got a harsh reality check, losing in just 5 games. Just like that, their dream rookie season ends in disappointment. But this is just the beginning. With a full year under their belt, how will they bounce back in year 2? Will this early exit fuel their rise to dominance, or will the growing pains continue? Let's find out. After a tough first-round exit, LeBron and Luka came back with a vengeance. LeBron took another leap, earning All-NBA first-team honors with a dominant stat line of 23 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7 assists, proving he's already one of the league's best. Luka wasn't far behind, making All-NBA 3rd team, as he had averages of 21.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7 assists, solidifying this duo as a nightmare for the rest of the league. And as a team, the Miami Heat went from a playoff disappointment to the best team in the NBA, finishing with a 66-16 record, a historic turnaround. But the regular season is one thing, the playoffs are where legacies are made. Can they erase last year's failure and bring Miami a championship? The playoffs start now. After a disastrous first-round exit last year, LeBron and Luka fought their way through the East, determined to prove they were ready for the big stage. Standing in their way, Dwayne Wade and the Detroit Pistons. A defensive powerhouse led by a young D-Wade, Detroit pushed Miami to their absolute limit in a grueling 7-game war. But when it mattered most, the Heat found a way. LeBron and Luka delivered in Game 7, knocking out the Pistons and punching their ticket to the NBA Finals for the first time. But their biggest challenge is yet to come. Waiting for them, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs, one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. Can LeBron and Luka finish the job and bring Miami its first championship, or will Duncan's Spurs show them they still have more to prove? The finals start now. We're simming this finals game by game as San Antonio takes Game 1. Miami takes game 2. Miami takes game 3. San Antonio comes back for game 4. And Miami comes in for game 5 to take the 3-2 series lead. And it will be LeBron and Luka beating out the Spurs in 6 games to win the 04-05 NBA Finals, as LeBron and Luka win their very first NBA championship. LeBron ended up being the MVP of that finals, as he took over, having averages of 32.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. Luka also had a very good series himself, as he had averages of 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. In just their second season, LeBron and Luka shocked the world, leading the Miami Heat to an NBA championship. But now the real challenge begins. Winning one ring is hard. Winning again? That separates the greats from the legends. Every team in the league is gunning for them now. They are no longer the up-and-coming duo with something to prove. They are the standard. Can LeBron and Luka handle the pressure and start building a dynasty? Or will the first taste of success make them complacent? Welcome to year 3, the season where we find out if this duo is truly built for greatness. The Heat entered year 3 with one goal in mind: run it back. And once again, LeBron and Luka proved why they're the most dangerous duo in the NBA. LeBron continued to elevate his game, earning All-NBA First Team honors with averages of 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, showing that he's not just a young star, he's a true franchise player. Meanwhile, Luka held his own, making All-NBA Third Team, as he had averages of 23.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, cementing himself as one of the best young stars in the league. And as a team, Miami showed last year was no fluke, as they finished with a 64-18 record, locking up the second seed in the East. But now, one question remains: can they defend their title? The entire league has had a full year to prepare for them. Teams have reloaded, contenders have gotten stronger, and the pressure is higher than ever. Will LeBron and Luka rise to the occasion and go back-to-back? Or is the reign at the top about to be cut short? The playoffs start now. LeBron and Luka stormed through the playoffs, sweeping their first 2 rounds before meeting their old rivals, the Dwayne Wade-led Pistons, in the Eastern Conference Finals. Last year, it took 7 games to get past them. This time, 5 was all that they needed. Now, they're back on the biggest stage in basketball, the NBA Finals. But standing in their way, a hungry Phoenix Suns team led by a dominant Amari Stoudemire, looking to shock the world and stop Miami from going back-to-back. Can LeBron and Luka cement themselves as the league's new unstoppable force, or will the Suns rise and take their crown? The finals start now. We're simming this one game by game, as Phoenix takes game 1. Miami bounces back for game 2. Miami takes game 3. The Suns bounce back for game 4. And the Heat take the commanding 3-2 series lead. And it will be LeBron James and Luka Doncic beating out the Suns in 6 games to win the 05-06 NBA Finals, as LeBron and Luka complete the back-to-back and win their second NBA championship. LeBron was the MVP of that finals, and he had averages of 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Luka also went off, as he had averages of 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. LeBron is already looking like one of the greatest players in the league, while Luka has proven he's the perfect co-star. 2 titles in 3 seasons, a back-to-back reign over the NBA. But now, the question isn't just if they can win again, it's how far can this dynasty go? Can they three-peat? Can they dominate an entire era? Or is the rest of the league about to catch up? Welcome to year 4, the moment where dynasties are truly made. At this point, it's not just about winning, it's about making history. LeBron James and Luka Doncic just led the Miami Heat to a 73-9 record, the greatest regular season of all time. LeBron elevated his game once again, winning his first Defensive Player of the Year, while also earning All-NBA First Team honors, as he had averages of 25.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Luka continued his dominance, making All-NBA Second Team, as he had averages of 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 8.5 assists, and once again being the perfect counterpart to LeBron's all-around excellence. But we've seen this before, regular season greatness doesn't guarantee a championship. Can they complete the greatest season in NBA history with a three-peat, or will this dominant run end in disaster? The playoffs start now. At this point, LeBron and Luka Luka owned the Eastern Conference. For the third straight year, the Heat ran through the playoffs, sweeping their first 2 rounds and taking down D-Wade and the Pistons in 5 games to punch their ticket back to the NBA Finals. But this time, their opponent is different. Waiting for them on the biggest stage is Chris Bosh and the Denver Nuggets, a team that has built its own powerhouse out west, looking to end Miami's reign and claim their first ever championship. LeBron and Luka are one step away from completing one of the greatest seasons in NBA history, a 73-9 record and a shot at a three-peat, a chance to cement their dynasty forever. We're simming this one game by game, as Denver takes game 1, Miami takes game 2, Miami takes game 3, Denver bounces back for game 4, but Miami takes game 5. We're hopping into game 6 here, and Denver is currently up 1 point, and we got James Posey at the line trying to make it a 2-point game. Let's see, as he's gonna shoot the first free throw and he gets it to go. This is to make it a 3-point game, and he's gonna miss it. Andrew Bogut with the rebound, and here comes LeBron James. I don't think Luka is on the court right now. Before we go, Caron Butler leads in scoring. LeBron has 17, Luka has 15. He's only played 23 minutes, so I assume that means that he has fouled out, and yes, he has. So this is all up to LeBron, as he's gonna Euro his way to the basket for the quick 2 to tie the game. Denver has a chance to possibly take the lead. Or can the Miami Heat get a crucial stop here? Here's Bino Udrih. He's gonna get over to Chris Bosh. Oh, he's gonna fake him and he's gonna take the hook, but he's gonna smoke the layup. Here comes Kyle Korver. The Heat have a chance. LeBron to Caron Butler, and he smokes the layup too. Oh my goodness, 2 wide open layups from both teams, and they both just smoke their chance to take the lead. Now there's only 20 seconds left, and I would assume that the Nuggets are gonna hold for this final shot. If Denver makes it, they will force a game 7. Gonna run it pick and roll over to Chris Bosh. He's pumping, he's pulling, and he gets it to go. Chris Bosh with the clutch shot, and there's only 0.4 seconds left to go. They have to throw a lob. Let's see what they got. And it's Bogut. He's going to get it to Kyle Korver. I don't think he got it off in time. And it is going to be the Denver Nuggets forcing a game 7. And it will be the Heat blowing out the Nuggets in game 7 to complete the three-peat as they win the 06-07 NBA Finals. And Luka and LeBron complete the greatest season in NBA history and win their 3rd NBA championship. And once again, it will be LeBron James taking home the Finals MVP, as he had averages of 27 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Luka did his thing as he had averages of 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. At this point, LeBron and Luka aren't just winning, they are making history. After a record-breaking 73-9 season, they survived an all-out war with the Denver Nuggets, winning in 7 games to complete the three-peat. But now the question isn't if they can just win again, it's how much longer they can keep this up. No team has won 4 championships since the 1960s. Pressure is at an all-time high, and the league is catching up, and every contender in the NBA is building specifically to take them down. Can LeBron and Luka keep their grip on the league, or is their dynasty finally about to be challenged? Let's find out. At this point, there is no denying it. This is one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. LeBron James finally wins his very first MVP, as he had averages of 24.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Luka Doncic earns his first All-NBA first-team selection as he had averages of 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, proving this duo is truly unstoppable. And somehow Miami just got even better. After last year's record-breaking 73-9 season, they shattered their own record, finishing an unbelievable 74-8. But none of this matters if they don't finish the job. top. Can they four-peat and cement themselves as an all-time great dynasty? Or is this where the reign finally comes to an end? The playoffs start now. At this point, the Eastern Conference belongs to Miami. For the fourth straight year, the Heat cruise past the playoffs, sweeping the first two rounds before once again taking down Dwayne Wade's Pistons in the conference finals. But now they face a new challenge. Standing between them and an unprecedented four-peat is the Houston Rockets, led by a dominant Yao Ming, a 7'6" force unlike anything they faced before. Miami has steamrolled the league all year, but can they handle their biggest challenge yet? Or will Yao and the Rockets pull off the ultimate upset? We're gonna be simming this finals game by game as Miami takes game 1, Miami takes game 2, Miami takes game 3, and once again it is LeBron James and Luka Doncic sweeping out the Houston Rockets in 4 games to complete the four-peat and outdo themselves from last year and becoming one of the greatest teams of all time as Luka and LeBron James win their 4th NBA championship. LeBron was the MVP of this finals and he had averages of 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Luka did his thing having averages of 20.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 8.5 assists. At this point, there's nothing left to prove, or is there? LeBron and Luka have just completed the four-peat, an achievement that puts them in ultra-rare territory. And the craziest part, they are still under 25 years old. Most dynasties peak and fade, and this one is still just getting started. Now, the question isn't just if they can win again, it's can they go for 5? No team in modern NBA history has ever won 5 straight championships. The league is more desperate than ever to take them down. Can LeBron and Luka keep their dynasty alive, or is this finally the year someone takes the throne? At this point, we're not just watching a dynasty, we're watching history in the making. LeBron James won his 2nd straight MVP as he had averages of 25 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 8 assists as he continues to cement his place as the best player in the world. Luka remains elite, earning All-NBA second-team honors as he had averages of 24 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 8 assists as Miami keeps cruising through the league and winning 70 games plus. That's just normal now. The Heat dominated yet again, finishing with a 71-11 record, their 4th straight 70-win season. But now comes the real challenge. No team in modern NBA history has ever won 5 straight championships. The pressure has never been higher. Will LeBron and Luka continue their reign over the league, or is this the year that their empire finally collapses? And just like that, the dynasty falls. After 4 straight championships, 6 years of dominance, the Miami Heat's reign comes to an end. The Atlanta Hawks push them to the brink, barely escaping in 7 games to end Miami's streak of finals appearances. For the first time in their careers, LeBron and Luka fell short. Was this just a setback, or is the league finally catching up? For the first time in years, the Miami Heat look human. After their shocking loss in last year's conference finals, Miami took a step back, finishing with a 63-19 record. Still the best in the league, but a far cry from their usual dominance. Is this the beginning of the end for LeBron and Luka's dynasty, or are they about to remind the world who really runs the NBA? For a 2nd straight year, the Miami Heat make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, only to fall in 7 games, this time to the Chicago Bulls. After years of dominance, back-to-back heartbreak raises the question, is this dynasty finally over? LeBron and Luka are still in their prime, but the league has caught up. Can they find a way back to the top, or has their reign truly come to an end? The dynasty isn't dead just yet. After 2 straight years of heartbreak, Miami is back in the NBA Finals. They got the revenge on the Bulls, taking them down in 6 games to reclaim their top spot of the East. Now the only question left, can they finish the job, or will their return to the finals end in more disappointment? This finals is not gonna be no cakewalk either, because on the other side, Kobe Bryant and a young Stephen Curry leading the Los Angeles Lakers. 2 of the greatest duos we have ever seen. LeBron and Luka versus Kobe and Curry, a battle for legacies and a battle for rings. We're simming this one game by game as Miami takes game 1, LA takes game 2, Miami takes game 3, Miami takes game 4. The Lakers survive and bounce back for game 5. LA blows out Miami Miami in Game 6 to force a Game 7. We are hopping into Game 7 here. It is currently 102 to 102 with a minute 30 left to go. And here is Luka Doncic being guarded by Stephen Curry. That should be free cheese for Luka. Here's Luka with the pick and roll. He's driving, gets stopped up. Over to Trevor Ariza in the corner. They gotta get something going. Here's Ariza on the midi pull, and it's no good. Rebound LA. Here comes the Mamba pushing it down the court. He's got Kyle Korver on him back up top. And here's Steph. He's gonna pump. Nothing there. Looks like they may try to get it back to Kobe. He likes this matchup. Here's Lamar Odom being guarded by LeBron James, and he's gonna step out of bounds. What is he doing? They tried with Luka last time. It didn't really work. Let's see if they go to LeBron. No, they're gonna go to Luka in the post. And he's gonna fade. And it's no good. Rebound LA. Here comes Lamar. They're on a fast break. Odom to Hollins. And he's gonna smoke the layup. Back up top, Steph Curry. Oh my goodness. That was wide open. Steph for three. No good. Rebound Miami. And they call another timeout. Oh my goodness. Hollins had the most wide open layup in his career. It better not be Kyle Korver taking this final shot. 9 seconds on the clock. They're gonna run a pick and roll. No, they're gonna get it to Luka in the post with Steph. He's gonna fade, and it's no good. And we got overtime here in Game 7. We're hopping back into overtime right here. It is currently 109 to 107. The Miami Heat are down 2 points. They desperately need a stop right here to save their season. And it's gonna be an illegal screen by Hollins. Man, Hollins is just selling the bag for the Lakers right now. Oh my goodness, another crucial mistake for LA. Here comes Luka and the Miami Heat. Can they get a clutch bucket to tie Luka spinning? Oh, he had some space there. He's gonna get out to Kyle Korver for the three. No good, man. That's a wide open shot for Korver. He's gotta make those in the clutch, and here is Kobe down the other end. And it's gonna be a 4-point lead. They're gonna get it to Luka in the post. He's gonna fade again, and it's no good. Rebound LeBron James. They're gonna run a pick and roll. Steph for the three. No good. And the Heat have one more chance. They gotta go to LeBron here down the stretch. Luka has not been hitting shots in the clutch. And here's Perkins on the midi pull. What kind of shot is that with your season on the line? I don't know if Miami's gonna foul right here. There's a 4-point differential between shot clock and game clock. Here's Steph. He's got a lot of space. Oh, wow. Kendrick Perkins may have just lost the Heat this, but here's Luka, a wide open three, and he gets it to go. Guess it's not over yet. Miami still has a timeout. They still have to foul. Looks like they're gonna send Stephen Curry to the line. That's the last guy that you want taking clutch free throws, but let's see if the chef is clutch. The first one is up, gets it to go. 2-point lead, and the second one also gets it, makes it a 3-point game. Miami takes a timeout. It is a 3-point game here, folks. Can they tie it up and force possibly a double overtime? Here we go. The 5th ring is on the line here for Miami. Oh my goodness. They're gonna go to Luka. The exact same play for the tie. And he can't get it to go. And it will be the LA Lakers knocking off the Miami Heat to win the NBA Finals and stop Luka and LeBron from winning their 5th NBA championship. LeBron and Luka had their typical stats for the NBA Finals. They just were not able to come up clutch down the stretch. They made a lot of mistakes, as LeBron James had averages of 27.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Meanwhile, Luka only had averages of 21.5 26.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. For the first time in their careers, LeBron and Luka made it to the finals and failed. Now for the first time, there are doubts. Is the Dynasty really back? Or was last season their only shot at redemption? The pressure has never been higher, and the league isn't afraid of them anymore. Can LeBron and Luka prove they can still run the NBA, or will another season end in disappointment? We're at the end of the season, and LeBron James has won his third MVP, as he had averages of 25 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7 assists, and reminding the league that he is still the best player in the world. Miami as a whole dominated again, finishing with the 64-18 record, the best in the NBA, but none of it matters if they don't get it done in the playoffs. Is this the year that they take back their crown, or will another season end in disappointment? The road to the finals begins now. After last year's devastating finals loss, LeBron and Luka were on a mission. They dominated the regular season, tore through the playoffs, and now they're back where they belong. But standing between them in redemption, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and the San Antonio Spurs. A dynasty built on fundamentals and championships versus a dynasty built on superstar dominance. Can Miami finally reclaim their throne, or will Duncan and Parker hand them another crushing finals loss? Let's find out. We're simming this one game by game. As San Antonio takes game 1, Miami bounces back for game 2, Miami takes game 3, and Miami takes the commanding 3-1 series lead. But San Antonio is gonna bounce back in game 5 to make this a 3-2 series lead. They did it. After last season's heartbreak, LeBron and Luka are champions once again, as the Miami Heat took down Tim Duncan and Tony Parker Spurs in 6 games, as Luka and LeBron win their 5th NBA championship. LeBron was the MVP of that finals, and he had averages of 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And you could argue that Luka should have won the MVP of this finals, because he was the leading scorer, having averages of 26.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 8 assists. The dynasty isn't dead. It's alive and stronger than ever, but now the challenge shifts once again. Can they keep it going? Can they start a new streak of dominance, or will the rest of the league come back even stronger to take them down? The road to ring number 6 begins now. At this point, it's not just about winning, it's about cementing a legacy. LeBron James just secured his 4th MVP, putting up numbers of 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7.5 assists, and proving that even after all these years, he is still the best in the world. The Miami Heat still dominated, 64-18, the best record in the league, but now the only thing that matters is ring number 6. This wasn't just a loss, this was a collapse. For the first time in years, Miami didn't even make it past the 2nd round. Kevin Durant and James Harden's Indiana Pacers took them down in 6 games, sending LeBron and Luka home early. Is this just a minor setback, or is the dynasty finally starting to fall apart? The 2013-14 season is coming, and pressure has never been higher. Last season was a wake-up call. After falling short in the 2nd round, LeBron and Luka have something to prove, and they did just that. Miami is back to its dominant ways, having a record of 72-10 and reclaiming its spot as the best team in the league. But this season isn't about records, it's about vengeance. They're coming for ring number 6. Can they take back their throne, or will another season end in heartbreak? Miami has made it all the way back to the finals, but standing in their way, an old foe. The only team to ever beat them on this stage, the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka and LeBron are chasing ring number 6. Meanwhile, Kobe is chasing ring number 5. 2 legacies, 1 final battle. Who comes out on top? We're simming this finals game by game, as Miami takes game 1. Miami takes game 2. LA bounces back for game 3, but Miami takes the commanding 3-1 series lead. And it will be the Miami Heat beating out the LA Lakers in 5 games to win the 2013-14 NBA Finals, as Luka and LeBron James achieve ring number 6. LeBron James was the MVP of that finals, and he had averages of 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Luka also had a dominating series himself, putting up numbers of 25.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. They've done it. 6 championships, LeBron and Luka have officially matched Michael Jordan's 6 rings, but their story isn't finished yet because now they want more. No player in modern NBA history has won 7 championships as a leader of their team. The Dynasty is already legendary, but can they make it untouchable? The chase for ring number 7 begins now. And after 19 years pro, at the age of 37, LeBron James has officially retired. LeBron was a 6-time NBA champion, 4-time MVP, 6-time Finals MVP, 16-time All-Star, and a 14-time All-NBA player. LeBron was also a 15-time All-Defensive Player and a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron finished 8th with the most points scored all time with 34,100, 11th with the most field goals made all time with 12,000, 13th with the most three-pointers made all time with 3,100, 9th with the most free throws made all time with 6,800, 6th with the most assists all time with 11,100, 13th with the most blocks all time with 2,500, 2nd with the most steals all time with 2,900, and 4th in triple doubles with 86. LeBron obviously got his jersey retired as a member of the Miami Heat, and of course he ended up making it into the Hall of Fame. And just one season later, after 20 years pro at the age of 38, Luka Doncic has officially retired. Luka was a 6-time NBA champion, 14-time All-Star, 14-time All-NBA player, and a 2-time All-Defensive player. Luka finished right above LeBron for the most points scored all time with 34,300, 14th with the most field goals made all time with 11,800, 2nd with the most threes made all time with 4,000, 16th with the most free throws made all time with 6,500, 4th with the most assists all time with 12,100, and 3rd with the most triple doubles all time with 116. Luka, of course, got his jersey retired with the Miami Heat, and of course, he ended up making it into the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately for Luka and LeBron, after winning their 6th ring, they just struggled to even get past the 2nd round. And if they weren't making a conference finals appearance or a finals appearance, I didn't think it was worth showing you guys. I think it's fair to say that both of them ended up having better careers than what they have right now. Obviously, Luka is still young to this current day, so it doesn't apply. But for LeBron, he didn't end up being the highest scorer of all time, but he did end up winning 6 rings and the same amount of MVPs, so I think it evens out. And if you guys stuck around to the end, make sure you guys like and follow and comment down below which scenario you want to see resimulated next.